going to start on a new grammar lesson today. I'm going to exit out of some things. And I'm going to make my screen a little bit bigger for you. The first thing I'd like you to do is check out your table of contents. Make sure that you've added vocabulary lesson 2 predictions, which you did last Thursday, I think. Friday, you worked on your vocabulary words and meanings lesson 2, which is your chart of your vocabulary words. Today, we're going to work on grammar lesson 2, common and proper nouns. So you should have 9, 10, and 11 on your paper. Once you have your table of contents updated, then you're going to go to a brand new page and you're going to write grammar lesson 2, common and proper nouns is what you should title your page. Then from there, you're going to open up Connected, and hopefully I have this ready to go. I do. Well, I thought I had it ready to go. It disappeared on me. So you're going to log into your Connected if you haven't already done so. So I'm going to log in. You're going to go to click on your study sync. You'll launch it. Mine's a little bit different if you remember. I've told you that before as I'm waiting for it to connect. And then you are going to go to your assignments and you're going to click on common, your nouns, and it'll say proper and common nouns. And we're going to work through the define, the model, and your term. So the first thing you're going to do on your paper is you're going to write the word define. And then you're going to create a chart, just like what I have here. So you're going to put the word term, you're going to have your image, and you're going to have a meaning. Okay? Nouns are part of our subject, and if you remember, a subject is the word that tells who or what is doing something or being described in a sentence. Okay? So our first term is noun, and a noun is a person, a place, a thing, or idea. And the image, it shows a sentence, and it says the dog ran through the park. Dog is a noun, Washington Park is a noun. Okay? Dog is a thing, Washington Park is a place. Now, there's different kinds of nouns. You have a common noun and you have a proper noun. Okay? A common noun is a general noun that begins with a capital letter only at the beginning of a sentence. Okay? So it's a general person, place, thing, or idea. So in this case, the common noun in the sentence was dog because it's not a specific kind of dog. Okay? If at any time I'm going too fast or you miss something, stop, pause it, write your notes down, and then go back and you can continue on. Okay, so we talked about a noun. It's a person, a place, thing, or idea. And our examples were dog and Washington Park in our image. Then I went on and talked about a common noun. Okay, and a common noun is a general noun that begins with a capital letter only at the beginning of a sentence. Okay, so it's not capitalized most of the time, and that can be any person, place, thing, or idea. Okay, now a proper noun, which you've all heard of, is a specific noun that begins with a capital letter wherever it appears in a sentence. So in our sentence that we've used as our example, a dog ran through Washington Park, Washington Park is the proper noun. It's a specific place, and it's capitalized even though it's at the end of the sentence. Okay, our last note that you will need is a subject. A subject, if you remember, is the part of the sentence containing the noun being discussed or described. So in this case, there's 2 nouns in the sentence, but the dog is actually the noun being discussed and telling it's what's doing something in the sentence. Okay? So, and remember, when we're reading a sentence, we always read from left to right, so our subject comes before the verb and at the beginning of the sentence. So, on your paper, you should have term, image, meaning. You should have noun, definition, image, common noun, image, meaning or definition, proper noun, image, definition, subject, image, meaning, or definition. Now, if you don't have any questions or you're ready to go, go on to model. Okay, now, in the model, what it's doing is it's showing you how these words are used and giving you examples. So, under model, you want to put common noun. And a common noun means any person, place, thing, or idea. Common nouns are not capitalized, okay? I would put in your notes under model, common nouns are not capitalized. So, they give you examples. Person. An example would be a mother. My mother was clutching her side and grasping for breath, trying to keep up. It's not a specific mom, so that's why it's not capitalized, okay? Place. An example would be a school. It's not telling us a specific school, it's just using the word school, so that's why it's a common noun. So in the sentence, it says, up to this point, the adventure of enrolling me in the school had been carefully rehearsed, okay? Thing, moss and wing are both things. So in this case, and when white moths were on the wing, okay? So they're things, we don't know a specific kind of moth, we don't know if it's a specific kind of wing, and so that's why it's not capitalized, and we call it a common noun. An idea. Ideas are abstract. They are like a prospect, love would be an idea, respect. It's things you can't necessarily see. So in this example, it says, at a time when many Americans were either out of work or earning low wages, the prospect of striking it rich proved irresistible. So prospect is a general thing. So I know you're going to ask, okay, Ms. Hilders, what notes do we need for model? Here's what I would suggest. Put person, mother, place, school, thing, moss or wing, idea, prospect. You could put respect or love. So you should have a noun and an example. If you want to write the sentence, you can, but you don't have to, okay? All right, when you finish that, now we're going to go on to proper nouns. Okay, so common nouns are a general person, place, or thing. We don't capitalize them. Now, a proper noun names a particular person, place, thing, or idea. It may consist of one or more words. It always begins with a proper noun, begin a proper noun with a capital letter. If a proper noun has more than one word, capitalize the first word and all the important words. Okay, so our example for a person is the old took bull roarer. So in the sentence it says, if you've seen a dragon in a pinch, you will realize that this was only poetical exaggeration applied to any hobbit, even to old Took's great-grand-uncle Bull Roarer, who was so huge for a hobbit that he could ride a horse. Okay, so Old Took and Bull Roarer are both specific people, so that's why we capitalize them. And because Old Took was two words, that's why we capitalized, and they were important, we capitalized the O in old and the T in took. Okay, another kind of proper noun is a place. So we have Denmark, Salinas, and California. And the example they give is, and then in Denmark I saw that farm, or its brother, and it was true, just as it had been in the looking egg, and in Salinas, California, where I grew up. Although we had some frost, the climate was cool and foggy. So Denmark is a specific place, that's why we capitalized it. Salinas and California are both specific places too. And even though they came in the middle of a sentence, we still have to capitalize them. Okay, the last one is thing, and an example would be Apollo 13. The first 2 days, the crew ran into a couple minor surprises, but generally Apollo 13 was looking like the smoothest flight of the program. So it is a specific thing, so that's why we capitalize the A in Apollo, and we have our number 13. Okay, so what notes do you have to include for proper nouns? Under model for proper nouns, I would put a person, put one of these examples, or an example of your choice, if you want to put your own name or Otsego, okay? Place, put one of these examples, or your own, and a thing, and give us an example of a specific thing. Now, remember, proper nouns, you always have to capitalize, even if it's in the middle of a sentence. And also remember, capitalize the first word and any other important words if there's more than one word in the proper noun. Okay, so that takes care of our notes. You should have in your notebook a define section, and you should have a chart with a term, an image, and a meaning, and you should have noun, your image, and the meaning, common noun, image, meaning, proper noun, image, and meaning, subject, an image, and the meaning. Okay? Then you should have a section labeled model, and under model you should have common nouns. You should have made a note that they are not capitalized if you haven't already written that. Then you need a noun and an example. So you'll have person and mother, place and school, thing and moss or wing, idea and prospect. For proper noun, you should make a note, if you didn't already do so, that it says that it capitalizes the first word and all important words. You should have a noun and an example, and you should have person and the name of a specific person, like Old Took, Bull Roar, Otsego Nights, your name. Then a place, and you can list Denmark, Salinas, California, Tentagony, Hawaii. And then the last one is a thing, like Apollo 13, or any other specific thing. You could put the title of a book, like A Fish in the Tree. You just have to make sure to capitalize the correct words that you need to if there's more than one word. Okay, now that we've gone through define, model, and you've taken your notes, now you're going to use your notes and do your turn. Okay, so there's three parts. There's question 1, there's question 2, and there's question 3. All right. Under question 1, you're going to drag and drop each noun into the correct column. So, if you look, there are 6 nouns. You have building, Canada, the Bronze Age, country, teachers, Mrs. Booker, and Mrs. Summers. And what you're going to do is you're just going to take it and drag it. And if you think building goes under proper, you'll put it under proper. If you think Canada goes under proper, you're going to put it under proper. And you're going to put the terms, the nouns, where you think they should go. Okay, that's question 1. Question 2, they want you to replace the word in bold with a proper noun. So, it says, the accident ruined the car, and fortunately no one was seriously injured. Car is a common noun. We want to switch it with a proper noun, okay? Taxi, automobile, Ford, or no change needs to be made to this sentence. So, car is a common noun. You need to change it with one of these or click no change. Now, in the next one, it says replace the word in bold with a common noun. So it says, I played the marimba and George played the guitar. George is a proper noun. We need to switch it with a common noun. Okay? Number 3, replace the word in bold with a proper noun. Yoko's aunt lives in California and her uncle lives in Arizona. Okay? So you have your choices, California, state, city, or no change needs to be made in the sentence. The last one says replace the words in bold with a proper noun. And it's kind of hard to see, but it should be club is your noun. Okay? So club is the word in bold. I don't know why it's not bolded. And you have a choice between organization, junior Rotarians Club, 7th grade class. No change needs to be made to this sentence. So all you're going to do is make the changes that you need to, choose the best answer to each question. Make a change if you need to. If there's no change, you click no change. All right, so question number 3. It says, read the sample sentence in the first column. Then using the type of noun given in the second column, write your own sentence, replacing the bold-faced words with your own words. The first example has been done for you. Okay, so here's our sample question. Jumbo weighed over 6 tons. Common noun and a thing. So my proper noun is jumbo, and it's a thing. So it's telling me that I have to change it to a common noun So I'm gonna change jumbo to the elephant. The elephant weighed